Dear students, in the previous class we have read about the calculation of new profit sharing ratio and sacrificing ratio. We have seen the treatment of goodwill and we have seen how to prepare the revaluation account. I mean to say, we have seen the format of the revaluation account. Today we will see a numerical question of the admission of a partner. Students, you may be having the NCERT book. You open page number 171 and see question number 27. Given below is the balance sheet of A and B, who were carrying on the partnership business on 31/12/2006. A and B share the profit and losses in the ratio of 2:1. Now, the balance sheet. On the liability side, the first item is bills payable rupees 10,000, creditors 58,000, outstanding expenses 2,000 rupees, and the capital account is given as of A rupees 1,80,000 and for B it is rupees 1,50,000. Pass on to the other side. Cash in hand rupees 10,000, cash at bank rupees 40,000, sundry debtors rupees 60,000, stock rupees 40,000, plant rupees 1 lakh and building rupees 1,50,000. Now let's see the additional information given with this question. C is admitted as a partner on the date, the balance sheet on the following terms. Point number 1, C will bring rupees 1 lakh as his capital and rupees 60,000 as his share of goodwill for 1/4 share in the profit. Point number 2, plant is to be appreciated to rupees 1,20,000 and the value of building is to be appreciated by 10%. Point number 3, stock is found overvalued by rupees 4,000. Point number 4, a provisions for bad and doubtful debt is to be created at 5% of debtors. And last point, creditors were unrecorded to the extent of rupees 1,000. Now you have to pass the necessary journal entries, prepare revaluation account, partners capital account and the balance sheet. Now we will start solving this question. So first you have to pass the journal entries. Now how you will pass the journal entries? Make the column journal entries. This is the credit amount. This is the column of debit amount. This is the column of ledger folio. First column is of particulars, ledger folio, amount. This is for the debit amount. This is for the credit amount. Now we will see how we will record the journal entries. The very first point in the additional information is C will bring rupees 1 lakh as his capital and rupees 60,000 as his share of goodwill for 1/4 share in the profit. This general entry we will pass later on, but before that we will pass the general entry for such assets and liabilities whose value has either increased or decreased. So from point number 2, let's start. Point number 2 is plant is to be appreciated to rupees 1,20,000. Now see students, this is the new value of the plant given to you. Now let's see what is the old value given to you. Old value is given in the old balance sheet of A and B. The value of the plant given in the old balance sheet is rupees 1 lakh and the new value given here is rupees 1,20,000. While comparing these two figures, we can say that the value of the plant has increased by rupees 20,000. If the value of plant has increased, then you will have to debit that particular assets. So what you have to write down here is plant account debit, and the value of the plant has increased with rupees 20,000. Now let's see the second part of point number 2. What it is said, the value of the building is appreciated by 10%. Now let's see the value of the building given in the old balance sheet. The value of the building given in the old balance sheet is rupees 1,50,000. Let's calculate 10% of rupees 1,50,000. It is rupees 15,000. So it means that the value of building has also appreciated with rupees 15,000. That has also to be debited. So here you have to write down as building account debit, and the value of building has increased with rupees 15,000. And now here you have to credit the revaluation account. Revaluation account, and here you have to write down as rupees 35,000. Here now you have to write down the narration. The narration will be being the value of plant and building has increased with rupees 20,000 and rupees 15,000. Now let's pass on to the next transaction, and it is stock is found overvalued by rupees 4,000. Now see, what is the value of the stock given in the old balance sheet? The value of stock given in the old balance sheet is rupees 40,000. What does it mean? It means that the value which is shown in the old balance sheet is more with rupees 4,000. Now what you have to do is you will have to reduce that amount. So the new value of the stock will be rupees 36,000 only, because here it is very clearly said that the value of the stock is found to be overvalued. Now the value of the stock has reduced, so at that moment the general entry will be revaluation account debit to stock account, and the amount is rupees 4,000. You have to record here as rupees 4,000. Now let's pass on to point number 4. Provisions for doubtful debt is to be created at 5% on debtors. What is this provisions for bad and doubtful debt? Provisions for bad and doubtful debt refers to likely losses. Now see, what is the old value of the debtor given in the old balance sheet? It is rupees 60,000. Out of this 60,000, there is a possibility of likely losses to an extent of 5%. Now what you have to do is you will have to create a provisions for doubtful debt. Now when the value of provisions for doubtful debt is created, at that moment you will have to credit that particular item. At that moment the general entry will be revaluation account debit to provision for bad and doubtful debt account. Now let's calculate the amount. What is the 5% of rupees 60,000? Because you have to calculate the provisions for doubtful debt on debtors. The value of the debtor given in the old balance sheet is rupees 60,000. So 5% of 60,000 is rupees 3,000. Now let's write down here as rupees 3,000, record here as rupees 3,000. Now let's pass on to point number 5th. Creditors were unrecorded to the extent of rupees 1,000. Now see, here in the old balance sheet the value of the creditor is given as rupees 58,000. The item which is given in point number 5, here this amount is not included in that rupees 58,000, and for this purpose you have to pass the general entry as revaluation account debit, revaluation account debit to creditors account, and you have to write down the amount here as rupees 1,000, write down here as rupees 1,000. Now let's pass on to point number 1. What is given in point number 1? C brings in rupees 1 lakh as his capital and rupees 60,000 as his share of goodwill for 1/4 share in the profit. Now here in this case C is bringing in cash in the business. At that moment we will pass the general entry as cash account debit, because cash is coming in the business, so cash has to be debited, and C is bringing his capital, so to C's capital account will be credited, and C is bringing with himself his share of goodwill in cash. So at that moment you have to write down here as to premium for goodwill account, or simply you can write down here as to premium account. Now, how much capital is brought in by the new partner? The new partner, he has brought rupees 1 lakh. So write down here as rupees 1 lakh, and he has brought rupees 60,000 as his share of goodwill. So the total cash that is coming in the business is rupees 1,60,000. Now let's transfer this premium for goodwill to the sacrificing partner's capital account. For this purpose, we will pass a general entry, and the general entry will be premium for goodwill account debit to sacrificing partner's capital account. See here in this case, we don't know whether both the partners has sacrificed or not. For this purpose, we will have to calculate the sacrificing ratio. Now, A and B are the partners, and they were sharing the profit and losses in the ratio of 2:1. C was admitted in the partnership business for 1/4 share in the profit. Now first we will calculate the new profit sharing ratio. How the new profit sharing ratio will be calculated? New profit sharing ratio will be calculated under case 1. How you will start solving under case 1? Let total profit be 1, C's share in profit is equals to 1/4, remaining share in profit is equals to 1 minus 1/4 is equals to 3/4. Now let's calculate the new profit sharing ratio of A, B and C. A and B will get out of the remaining. What is the remaining share in profit? It is 3/4 into how they will get on the basis of the old profit sharing ratio. What is the old share in the profit of A? It is 2/3. So the calculation of this will be 3 to the 6 by 12, and for B he will also get out of the remaining share in the profit, that is 3/4 into 1/3, so 3/12. And as you know that C got 1/4, so in order to bring the denominator equal as 12, so here you have to multiply it with 3/3, so 3/12. So the new profit sharing ratio of A, B and C is 6:3:3, or nahi to it will be 2:1:1. Now let's calculate the sacrificing ratio. You know the formula of how to calculate the sacrificing ratio. It is old share minus new share. You know the sacrifice will be done by the old partners only. The old share of A is 2/3 minus the new share is 2/4 is equals to 3 4s are 12. 8 minus 6 is equals to 2/12, and here for B the old share in the profit is 1/3 minus the new 1/4 is equals to 12. 4 minus 3 is equals to 1/12. So the sacrificing ratio of A and B is 2:1. So it means that both the partners have sacrificed. You have to distribute this amount of the premium of rupees 60,000 to both the sacrificing partners, that is to A and B, and that will be transferred to their capital account, to A's capital account, to B's capital account. And how this amount of rupees 60,000 will be distributed between these two persons? In the ratio of 2:1. Now let's see, for A will get out of rupees 60,000 into 2/3. So A will get rupees 40,000 and B 60,000 into 1/3. B will get rupees 20,000. A will get rupees 40,000 and B will get rupees 20,000. So write down here as rupees 40,000 and here you have to write down as rupees 20,000. Now let's pass on to prepare the revaluation account. But before closing the journal entries, we have to record one more journal entry, and that journal entry is for the profit on the revaluation. We will write that journal entry later on, as because we don't know whether the firm has gain on the revaluation or has suffered loss on the revaluation. After calculating the revaluation account or after preparing the revaluation account, only we can pass this journal entry. Now we will prepare the revaluation account. This is the debit side, this is the credit side, this is the column for particulars, this is the column for amount that you have to write in the rupees, particulars, here you have to write on the amount in rupees. Now for writing the items under the revaluation account, you have to refer to the additional information only. From point number 2, we will start writing here in the revaluation account. The first point is plant is to be appreciated to rupees 1,20,000. We have already seen that the value of plant has increased by rupees 20,000. Whenever the value of assets increases, that has to be posted on the credit side. So here you have to write down as by plant account, and the amount will be recorded as rupees 20,000, as because the amount of the plant has increased by rupees 20,000. The next item given in the same point is of the building. The value of the building has increased by rupees 15,000, as because here it is very clearly said that the value of the building is appreciated by 10%. See what is the old value given in the old balance sheet? It is rupees 1,50,000. So what is the 10% of 1,50,000? It is 15,000 rupees. So the value of building has also increased. So that has also to be recorded on the credit side. So write down here as by building account, and the amount here will be rupees 15,000. Let's pass on to point number 3. The value of the stock is found overvalued by rupees 4,000. It means that the value of the stock is reduced, and whenever the value of the assets decreases, that has to be posted on the debit side. So stock has to be recorded on the debit side. So write down here as to stock account, and the amount here will be rupees 4,000. Now let's pass on to point number 4. A provision for bad and doubtful debt is to be created at 5%. Now you have to calculate the provisions for bad and doubtful debt on debtors. See what is the old value of debtor given in the old balance sheet. The value of the debtor given in the old balance sheet is rupees 60,000. 60,000 का 5% आप कैलकुलेशन करेंगे. 60,000 का 5% आता है 3,000. Now provisions is the liability, and earlier no information relating to the provision is given in the question. So it means that the value of liability has increased, and as I told you that whenever the value of liability increases, that has to be posted on the debit side. So here you have to write by name what you have to write down as to provision for bad and doubtful debt, and the amount is rupees 3,000. So you have recorded here as rupees 3,000. Now let's pass on to point number 5. The point number 5 is creditors were unrecorded to the extent of rupees 1,000. This is an unrecorded liabilities, and if there is any unrecorded liabilities, that has to be recorded on the debit side of the revaluation account. So the liability has increased as creditors with the amount of rupees 1,000. We have recorded rupees 1,000 of creditors. Now there is no other items that has to be recorded in the revaluation account. Now what we will do is we will close the revaluation account. See which side is bigger. By seeing, we can say that the balance of the total of the credit side is bigger. So it means that there is a profit or gain on the revaluation. So write down here as to profit on revaluation transferred to partners कैपिटल अकाउंट. किसका किसका बीच में बांटेंगे? खाली ओल्ड पार्टनर्स का बीच में बांटेंगे, दैट इज अमंग ए एंड बी. सो हाउ मच will be distributed? 35,000 is the total of this side. The same figure will come here, rupees 35,000. See the total of this side, it is 8,000. 35,000 में से 8,000 rupees को minus करेंगे, then the balance will be 27,000. This 27,000 rupees is the gain on the revaluation, and this amount of rupees 27,000 will be distributed between A and B in their old profit sharing ratio. So what is the old profit sharing ratio of A and B? The old profit sharing ratio of A and B is 2:1. Now we will give it to A. 27,000 into 2 by 3. 3 ones are 3. 3 nines are 27. It is 18,000. And B will get out of this 27,000, and his share in profit was 1/3. So B will get rupees 9,000. Now A will get rupees 18,000 and B will get rupees 9,000, and the total of these will be shown in the outer column. So this is the way in which we will prepare the revaluation account. Now let's pass on to prepare the partners capital account. Now we will start to prepare the partners capital account. We will prepare the combined partners capital account. The very first item that has to be recorded in the partners capital account is the opening balance of the old partners. So as you know that partners capital account will be opened from the credit side. So write on the credit side as by balance brought down is capital given in the old balance sheet as rupees 1,80,000, and that of B is given as rupees 1,50,000. Let's see what has to be recorded. The very next thing that has to be recorded is the profit on the revaluation transferred to the partners capital account. That has to be transferred to the partners capital account. See the general entry. The general entry will be revaluation account debit to A's capital account to B's capital account. Here in this general entry, A's capital account and B's capital account has been credited. So you have to post on the credit side. And what you have to write here? You have to write here as by revaluation account. So write here as to revaluation by revaluation account, and the amount will be rupees 18,000 and rupees 9,000. Now after writing this, the gain on the revaluation, what you have to do is you will have to pass on to the old balance sheet. First you have to refer to the liability side. You have to see if there is any accumulated profit given, or if there is any general reserves fund or workman compensation fund is given. If such items are given, that has to be distributed among the old partners in their old profit sharing ratio before giving the admission to the new partner in the partnership business. But here in this case, no such item is given. So leave it. Now let's pass on to the other side of the old balance sheet. Here you have to search for if any old goodwill is given. Here in this case also, no old goodwill is given. If old goodwill is given, then you will have to write off such old goodwill. What will be the general entry for writing of such old goodwill? The general entry will be A's capital account debit, B's capital account debit to goodwill account. But no such information about the old goodwill is given in this question, so leave it. Now let's pass on to the additional information. In the first additional information, it is very clearly said that C will bring rupees 1 lakh as his capital and rupees 60,000 as his share of goodwill for 1/4 capital, for 1/4 share in the profit. Now see here in this case, what general entry will be passed? The general entry will be cash account debit to C's capital account to premium for goodwill account. Here in this case, C's capital account has been credited, so you have to post on the credit side. What you will write on here is by cash account. How much he is bringing by way of capital? He is bringing rupees 1 lakh as his capital. Now we will record the amount for the distribution of amount of premium for goodwill in the sacrificing partner's capital account. What general entry we had passed earlier? The general entry was premium for goodwill account debit to A's capital account to B's capital account. This general entry was for the distribution of amount of premium which was brought in by the new partner as his share of goodwill. So you have to record it on the credit side as by premium for goodwill account. A will get rupees 40,000 and B gets rupees 20,000. The total amount for the premium for goodwill was rupees 60,000 and that was distributed among the sacrificing partners in their sacrificing ratio, which was 2:1. So 60,000 was distributed as rupees 40,000 to A and rupees 20,000 to B. Now we have recorded all the items in the partner's capital account. Now what we will have to do is, we will have to close the partner's capital account. The total of the C's capital was rupees 1 lakh. The total of B's capital was 1,79,000 and that of A was 8,3,2. It is 2,38,000. The same thing will be recorded on the debit side. So here you have to write as by the closing balance, that is to balance carried down. It is rupees 2,38,000 for A, 1,79,000 for B, and for C it is rupees 1 lakh. So here it will be 2,38,000, 1,79,000, and here it will be rupees 1 lakh. Now we will pass on to prepare the balance sheet. Now let's see how the balance sheet is prepared after the admission of C. Balance sheet. This is the liability side. Here you have to write down the amount. This is the column of assets, and here you have to write down the amount. Now the very first thing that has to be recorded here is the partner's capital. So write down here as partner's capital account. Now see, there are three partners. So A, B and C. Write down the amount, and it is rupees 2,38,000, which is the closing balance for A's capital, and rupees 1,79,000 in the B's capital, and rupees 1 lakh in the C's capital. Total all these three amount and take it to the outer column. Now 7,1,5. It is 5,17,000. Now let's pass on to the old balance sheet. In the old balance sheet, the very first item that is given in the liability side is the bills payable. So write down here as the bills payable. Now you have to write down the amount. Now see, the value of the bills payable has neither increased nor decreased. So you have to write down the same amount which is given in the old balance sheet. So what is the amount given in the old balance sheet? It is rupees 10,000. So write down here as rupees 10,000. Now let's pass on to write the information about the creditors. See the value of the creditors given in the old balance sheet. The value of the creditors given in the old balance sheet is rupees 58,000, and now the value of the creditors has increased with rupees 1,000. So what is the value of the creditors? The value of the creditors will be rupees 59,000, because earlier in the old balance sheet it was rupees 58,000. Now the value of creditors has increased with rupees 1,000. So if we combine these two figures, it will be rupees 59,000. Now let's pass on to the next item given in the old balance sheet, and that is the outstanding expenses. The outstanding expenses was rupees 2,000. Outstanding expenses is rupees 2,000 that we have recorded here. Now let's pass on to the asset side. The very first item given in the asset side is the cash in hand. See the old value of the cash in hand given, it is rupees 10,000. Here we will add cash in hand given in the question is rupees, in the old balance sheet given as rupees 10,000. The new partner, he has taken admission in the partnership business and he had brought rupees 1 lakh as his capital and 60,000 rupees as his share of goodwill. So total he is bringing rupees 1,60,000 in the business. If you add these two, 1,60,000, the total will be 1,70,000. So cash in hand now is rupees 1,70,000. The next item given in the old balance sheet is cash at bank. Cash at bank given in the old balance sheet is rupees 40,000. So you have to write down that amount here. Now let's pass on to the next item, that is the sundry debtors. The value of sundry debtors given in the old balance sheet is rupees 60,000, and you were asked to create a provisions for doubtful debt to an extent of 5%. We had calculated the provisions for doubtful debt on debtors and that was amounted to rupees 3,000. This amount now has to be subtracted by way of provisions for bad and doubtful debt, and that was rupees 3,000. If you subtract, what is the balance left? It is rupees 57,000 that has to be recorded in the outer column. Now let's talk about the next item, and that is the stock. The old value of the stock given in the balance sheet was rupees 40,000, and in the additional information it was clearly said that the value of the stock was found overvalued by rupees 4,000. So it means that now the new value of the stock is rupees 36,000. The next item given in the balance sheet is plant. The value of the plant given in the balance sheet is rupees 1 lakh. The information relating to the plant given in the additional information was the value of the plant was appreciated to rupees 1,20,000. So 1,20,000 is the new value, and we have to write down the new value in the new balance sheet, that is rupees 1,20,000. The next item is the building, and building, the old value of the building given in the old balance sheet is rupees 1,50,000, and in the additional information it is very clearly said that the value of the building has to be appreciated by 10%. What is the 10% of rupees 1,50,000? It is rupees 15,000. Now what you have to do is you have to add these two figures. Now the new value of the building will be rupees 1,65,000, and that amount has to be recorded here. Now what you have, now see, no other item is left to be recorded in the balance sheet. We have substituted the value of each and every item. Now what we will do is we will close the balance sheet. Now the total of this side will be 0, 0, 0, 11, 18, 8, 1 balance, 7, 9, 12, 17, 21, 28, 8, 2 balance, 3, 4, 5. It is 5,88,000 on the asset side. We should get the same figure on the liability side also. So it is rupees 11, 11 plus 7, 18, 8, 1 balance, 6, 7, 8, and here it is 5. So the total of both the side is rupees 5,88,000. So students, we have seen the numerical question of admission of a partner. Now on the next class we will see the next numerical question. Until then, goodbye.